The My Hero Academia and Fortnite collab is officially upon us, and there's a bunch of quests that you can do in order to earn free items in it. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to complete all of the week 1 quests, as well as a couple other pointers on what to complete for the other My Hero Academia stuff in the collab. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. But before we get into that, I just want to say I'd really appreciate if anyone uses my code onyi in the Fortnite item store before buying the My Hero Academia skins. What this does is it gives me a small percentage of the sale rather than 100% of it going to Fortnite, and a little bit goes a long way for a small creator like myself. Make sure you stay subscribed in order to stay updated with all of the My Hero Academia quests, because there is a week 2 coming out. So in order to see the week 2, you want to stay subscribed. A lot of challenges and other bits and pieces I'll be doing around this, so make sure you check that out. So there's 4 things you can currently earn from the My Hero Academia collab. It's not as grandeur as the Dragon Ball Z collab was, earning the Shenron glider and a couple free emotes, but it's still pretty decent. You have the All Might cape here. You have, it looks like an emoticon or a sticker of All Might's fist in the powered down form, as well as 2 sprays. The week 1 quests are here, and the week 2 quests will be coming out in 6 days and 22 hours from the time of me recording this video. If you ever want to check out when that time is, just open up the game and check it out yourself. If you want to check out the quest at any time, all you have to do is press the new quest button, which is directly under my webcam here. Do note, if you have your game mode set as arena, you will not be able to see the new quest, and it's just up the side at the top section here. So the 4 quests are pretty easy and simple, and I'm going to be showing you how to do all of them in a broken down manner. First one is rescue a training dummy in the water. The second one is acquire Deku smash. The third one is damage opponents with explosives, and the last one here for week 1 challenges is time airborne using shockwave hammers. These other quests here are more related to creative, and if you want to complete the heroes training gym ones, I'll be dropping a separate video on that, on what the creative map code is and what you have to do inside creative in order to get these complete. So for the week 1 challenges, there's 2 things you want to take note of. This is important for completing any challenge in Fortnite. When you're in the lobby and you click these challenges, it will show you where they are on the map. From here, you can track the quest, and it will show you underneath the map in the game that you need to complete it. But you can also mark these while you're in the lobby. Right now, I'm going to mark rescuing a training dummy in the water over here. And when I load into a match, this area on the map is going to be marked. Do note, this shows for all of the challenges if there is a relevant spot on the map. Deku Smash is showing in 3 different chests that you can get it out of. Do note, there's probably going to be more than that around the map, similar to how the Spider-Man mythic was for challenges. They just showed you some locations, but it was in a lot more. Third challenge here, deal explosive damage to opponents. That's going to require you either getting an explosive bow from your perks, which you can see up here. If you click the arguments, you can see if you have that one unlocked. It looks like this one here. And then the last one here is airborne time using the shockwave hammer. So that's the first part, knowing that you can click the map and you can mark the map whenever you do these challenges. The second part here is knowing what drop maps are. Drop Maps is this amazing website. This is the website link here, fortnite.gg, which shows you the entire Fortnite map and everything around it and about it. You can mark stuff as simple as seeing where all of the slope trucks are, as well as determining what the best drop is that you can be landing at if you want to be getting more splashes. For example, where the best cooler spawn locations are. In this use case, we're looking for shockwave hammers. Shockwave hammers have a lot higher percentage spawn rate coming out of Oathbound chests, aka known as Geno's chests to the community. So if you click this one here, you can see these are all of the potential spawn locations. Now these chests are not 100% spawn rate, but these are the best spots to get them. So you can see if we scroll out of the map here, the best spot you want to be landing if you want to be getting a shockwave hammer is around the Citadel. I personally like going inside the building directly, but you can land wherever you like. So I am going to be giving a lot of other tips while completing these challenges. So make sure you stick around for the entire video, because there's some stuff you might not know that makes completing challenges a lot easier. But without further ado, let me start off the first one. Let's go rescue 6 training dummies in water. When landing from the battle bus, when you've marked a location, you always want to jump at the lowest number that you can, but not necessarily. You always want to be jumping between the 1,000 and 900 meter mark. Now, if your location that you're landing at is high up in the sky on a high mountain, sometimes you want to drop a little bit sooner, because you're going to be hitting the ground a lot sooner as well. And if it gets below the 900 meter mark, the people who dropped around the 900 meter mark are going to be hitting the ground before you. I think one of the best practices before landing down here is going to be trying to land on a gun. There's going to be a lot of people doing these challenges right off the rip, and having at least one thing to defend yourself if someone tries to grief you is going to be a lot better than raging when you're unable to complete a challenge from griefers. The dummy challenge shouldn't be too hard in solos. But if you really want to knock this challenge out, you can also try it out in duos, trios, and squads. Sometimes completing challenges in these game modes is easier because people like to land all in the same location together. So all I have to do is do that challenge another 6 times and it will be completed. So right now I'm just clicking on the map to see other areas where the training dummies are because we already completed the one that we landed on. Now having materials obviously is going to benefit me. If you're playing the zero build mode, having your utility items to help you out will also benefit you. Do note also to unlock perks that help you maneuver around the map that will help assist you complete this challenge. Whether that be redeploying from your glider, a shockwave bow, or anything else in between. So right now we've currently gotten 2 of the dummies. Now you might be asking yourself, why did I decide to start on the outskirts of the map? Well, starting on the outskirts of the map allows you to rotate inwards of the map to these locations that are going to be in zone. Very rarely will you have zones that go completely on the edge. At least second zone will typically never be on the edge. So this has benefited me there. Now, all of these locations that are marked are locations that you're gonna have to be going to because you have to get 6 of the dummies. So it doesn't really matter where you start, but having one that allows you to do a better rotation or sweep it wide rather than just zigzagging through the entire map and running through the same location multiple times is going to benefit you. If you are near the river during any point of this and you don't have charges on your shockwave hammer or you don't have a vehicle, maneuvering in the water is going to be a lot faster than just sprinting towards location. And just like that, I was able to get myself a dummy. So right now I'm rotating away from the one that was in zone. I decided to go to that one first so I could get them all completed in this singular game. You typically can get them completed in a singular game. And the zone forming here is going to determine where I go for the next one. They're about equal distance away, so it doesn't really matter. And both of them aren't currently in zones. So I'm going to be taking storm damage either way, regardless. Really good tip, if you are going to be rotating through a zone, make sure you pick up every slap berry that you can, as it's going to enable you to rotate a lot easier. This dummy is out in the middle of the water, a bit easier to get than the other ones. So I did find Deku smash ability in that last game, and I'll be showing you that stuff in a second momentarily. I did get distracted. I did end up dying, but the last dummy is located just over here in the water on the map. I'm going to be landing at it and picking it up, and it's really nice that this is a simple challenge where you just have to interact with it, and it only takes a literal half a second in order to get it. So now that I have that challenge complete, moving on to the next challenge, acquiring Deku Smash. I've already gotten that challenge completed because you can get Deku Smash from supply drops. Supply drops on the map are now marked as All Might's face. So it's very easy to get this ability, but if you want to get it off the rip and if you want to get it from a chest, down in the description below is my Discord. Now, if you join my Discord, there's a lot of stuff that you can check out. Like you can keep up to date whenever I post a brand new YouTube video, whether that be a short or a long form content, whether I go live on Twitch, and you can just share memes and media and everything else in between. But if you scroll down low enough in the Discord, you'll see there's some game channels here, and under the game channels we have Fortnite stuff and Apex stuff. If you click Fortnite stuff, I have put in that channel where these locations are on the map. It is the chest locations that you just saw previously in the video. If you've already got this completed and you want to be reminded of where these chests are, that's where you can go see it. So we're going to go try and get the one at Frenzy Fields. It's probably already taken, however. So if you are trying to pick this up and you're not landing on it directly from the battle bus, it is really best to play the game out a little bit normally, because if you don't have shielding and you don't have decent loot and you're just pushing it without a thought in your mind, it's very likely that you're going to end up dying. I've just noticed that the area where you get these that is marked on the map are from vending machines. So right now I'm just walking up to this vending machine. It costs $2.50 and they have a total stock of 3, and from buying it, I'm actually purchasing 2 of them. I've noticed that you can only carry 1 at a time, so don't try to purchase more than 1. Just a little demonstration, because I do have a spare one there, to see how much it breaks through. I am at the back of this barn, and the barn is completely made all the way to the back, and we're going to punch it once and see if it breaks the entire section. And it seems like it breaks completely 1, 2, 3 rows of material. So it looks like it'll probably be doing damage through that many materials also. I assume this is a 9x9 area. We're going to test it out on this upper section of this barn, this smaller barn. Pretty much almost that whole building got decimated. Half of it got decimated. So pretty decent. Will be fun using this on people. It's going to be very easy to get beamed while using it, however, because it is just going to put you out in the open. So from simply buying Deku Smash at that vending machine, that will complete that challenge from you. But if you don't want to spend any gold or you don't have any gold, all you have to do is find one of these All Might supply drops on the map. So this one I didn't explain in a great manner when it comes to doing explosive damage to opponents. You have to do a total of 500 explosive damage. You have a fair few options of what to choose to do this explosive damage damage. You have the Excalibur rifle, which does count as explosive damage when it blows up. Unfortunately, this doesn't hit for a large amount, so you're gonna have to hit a lot of these shots. You also have grenades currently in Fortnite. You have RPGs. You also have the explosive bow, which you can get from a perk. But last of all, because it is currently Winterfest, you also have the snowball launcher. The snowball launcher is the easiest one to do this with. But there's another important note to note here, that opponents count as bosses. Now, it doesn't count doing damage to any NPC, but if you go to the Citadel, you can fight Geno, and if you do 500 damage to Geno with explosive items, this will count towards the challenge. So I did this a few times, a little bit reckless the way I approached it, but people will be trying to kill Geno off the rip because his loot he drops is pretty good. So you want to be landing at the Citadel, looking for grenades, or an RPG, or a snowball launcher, and then you just want to farm that damage on him, and that's how you get this challenge done really easily. Remaining airborne in that amount of time with a hammer, all it requires you to do is hit your hammer enough times for it to accumulate to a total of 20 seconds. Now, you can get this hammer challenge completed a lot quicker if you build all the way up and hammer down, but personally I think it's a lot faster if you just keep hammering around the map and you wait for the recharge to complete itself. And just like that, the first item that you can unlock from completing all these challenges I have now got. Make sure you're subscribed so when week 2 challenges drop, you'll have a perfect guide for that as well.